Hey guys, welcome back. It's Josh with the Financial Advisor Car Guy. This week we're going to be working on the Challenger much like last week, but instead of lowering the car, I'm going to be fixing the front end and installing the new headlights. If you remember the very first walk around of this video, or of this car, and the video that I made, you probably remember the hood didn't really line up well. This whole front valance was a little bit wonky. It kind of, we can walk around over here, but it kind of doesn't really fit that well. You can kind of see this big gap, and there's the same on the other end. And then down below, you know, like it looks like it's sagging a little bit on the headlights. And, you know, same thing again, right over here. There's a bit of a gap and some panel alignments, and the hood didn't really close that well. And then, you know, there's a crack right here, and then this didn't get clipped in properly. And so anyway, I'm gonna actually remove the entire front end, hopefully figure out why it doesn't fit correctly, and then make some adjustments to the body panels if I have to, re-drill new holes, whatever it takes, and get it all realigned, bolted back up, and hopefully have everything fit a little better. Once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and mount my fender flares and my wheel spacers, and then we can kind of remove a couple dents, put the stripes on, and the car aesthetically will be about done. So that's kind of the goal. Hang in there. I'll take some pictures and keep you posted as I go. So thanks so much. Stay tuned. Okay guys, here's a little bit of an update. I have the front end off, the bumper and the headlights around and everything. Here it is sitting here. Cool thing about it is this car didn't have factory fog lights from the factory from what I could tell, but the wiring harness is there, and there was actually an open-ended plug. So I'm gonna go ahead and order some fog lights, and I can remove the blank covers out of the bumper and can install those OEM factory fog lights, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not sure exactly how to wire them in. I mean, I know I said that the pigtails are there, open-ended, ready to go, but there's not a switch in the dash. I was just looking. I don't see a switch. It's not on the headlight adapter switch or anything there. So I may have to splice the wiring into the headlights, so you know, if the headlights are on, the fog lights are on, or something like that. So that probably won't be in this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and order those lights, and that'll probably be just a future episode when we do another update of something else. I'll talk about that, but that was kind of cool news. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm gonna remove these headlights and get the new Halo headlights in there, and yeah, pretty cool. All right guys, so here's a quick update. As you're probably aware now, I didn't get this job done last weekend. In fact, once I got all the headlights unmounted and removed from the car after the front clip came off, I realized very quickly that either one of two things happened. I ordered new headlight housings for factory xenon headlights. So the wiring on these new headlight units is different. The bulbs aren't exchangeable. I went somewhere awry here, and have since remedied it. Basically last Saturday, I went ahead and ordered new headlight bulbs for this housing. Took a week to get here, but they did finally arrive. And I also ordered fog lights the same time. Those also have arrived. So I'm gonna give you a quick update here and show you where we're at. I'm still working on the wiring for now, the fog lights, but the headlights are in, the halo lights work, the blinkers work, everything works great, and they look a million times better. So I'll spin the camera around, and here we go. Okay, so these are the new housings. I don't have them on at this point. Let me see what I can do about clicking the key, and if I unlock the car. Okay, so there's the headlights are working. I upgraded to LED bulbs, and they are a pure white. I want to say 6500 or 8000 Kelvin. Super bright white. They look fantastic. What I did end up doing to run the Halo bulbs wiring, I ended up just tapping into the running light. So you can see here, I need to kind of cover that with electrical tape, but I went ahead and tapped right in, really just to simplify my wiring. I wanted to find a spot where if the car was on, the halos would be on. And so that was the easiest place to do it. I think what I'm gonna actually do is also tap into the same place for my new fog lights. The factory dash does not have the fog light button. And so, gosh, rather than wiring in a brand new switch or a brand new button to inside the cabin, I think I'm just gonna hack in or splice in to the running lights, just like I did for the Halos. So the fog lights will be on all the time. I don't think that's a bad thing. In fact, I kind of like that. I don't have to remember to turn them off. I don't have to remember to turn them on. At this point, they'd just be daytime running lights. And down the line, if that is something I hate, I'll just change the wiring. But for now, I think that's the plan. And so I'm gonna keep going on it. I'm gonna work on the fog lights now. I did cut off the harness that was, in the car. This is for the fog lights. And actually what I'll do is I'll spin this around here. So here they are installed in the bumper. And then this is the harness that clicks into the back. They are an OEM replacement housing and bulb and everything. So this harness will just click right into the back of it. And so what I did was I snipped it off. It's just a 2-wire harness, so it's pretty straightforward. The black and green is gonna be my ground, and the white and yellow is gonna be my power. And so, yeah, I mean, again, super straightforward. I'm just gonna ground it to the frame of the car and then use the power and just splice right into that running light again. So I'm gonna finish that up and then hopefully get the bumper back on and wrap up the project. All right, quick update. Everything is wired, working, and looking really, really good. Now I just need to align this front bumper, get it bolted back up, and then I'll show you guys the finished project. So, but yeah, all the lights are in and working and kind of all mocked up right in here and looking menacing as ever. So yeah, these Challengers have such a cool look to them. And once everything is buttoned up, I'm pretty excited. So it's turning out exactly as I hoped. The Halo lights look really, really great. Fog lights work with the running lights. So when I turn the running lights on, yeah, fogs come on perfectly, which is great. I can then turn the headlights on and the fog lights stay on, and which is awesome. So I didn't need to modify a switch or do anything different. Like I said, I just kind of tapped into the power wire on those running lights, and it made life really, really simple. So anyway, I'm gonna get this bumper bolted back up. I'm working on it already. It's taken me a little while. I have the first bolt in on the passenger side. It's kind of holding it in place right up in here. But I still need to get the other side mounted and then get it all aligned with the hood and everything, hoping to close that gap. And I'll show you the finished product here shortly. Thanks. And here we have the finished product. So as you can see, halos are on, fog lights are on. Actually, it looks like I left my headlights on, so I'll have to go turn those off. But when I backed the car out of the driveway, yeah, I went ahead and turned everything on and everything works, which I love. The other thing I did while I had the car taken apart was I went ahead and tinted the front markers. The rear markers were already tinted and the front ones were orange. So I went ahead and tinted the front ones too. The car obviously needs a bath. It's covered in dust, but man, I'm really pleased with the front end. It does look a lot better. It looks like a newer Challenger. You know, in 15, they went to the new front end, different grille, you know, these halo headlights, whatever else. You know, they came, I think, factory with the projectors and the xenon and all that stuff. And so here we are, we upgraded to LED bulbs for the headlights, obviously regular halogens for the fogs and the turn signals. But yeah, and then the halo rings are glowing nice and white, which I love. And it does bring the car up to date. Makes it look a lot newer. It matches the LED taillights, which also kind of make the car look a lot newer and better. And I did not have to modify the factory wiring. So if we walk around, I'll open the door. And what I did was use the factory switch. So there's off, okay? So let's look at this together here. Okay, everything is off. So there's the running lights. You'll see the running lights are on, the fog lights are on, and the halos are on, but the headlights are not. Okay. And then, last but not least, headlight setting. Come back up here, and now the headlights are on. So all in all, I'm really pleased with my wiring. I think everything's spliced in nice and easy. I also was able to get the front bumper to realign a little bit better and the hood to close a little bit better. There's still a little bit of a gap here, but if we come to this corner, it fits so much better. There's some paint chips and things I need to address. This side, same thing, fits much, much better. Still a little bit of a gap, and the hood doesn't want to close quite as nicely on this side. So I don't know if the hood's a little bit bent or what. I adjusted the hood pin down a little bit to help snug it up, but it's still not perfect, but I think it's good enough. You know, again, this is designed to be a daily driver. It's not a show car. You know, after having a long conversation with my daughter, I think we're gonna actually forego the fender flares. If you see down here, this piece on the lower valance, I have to kind of modify. I have to kind of cut this whole section off to make that flare fit, because the flare goes kind of, you know, over the wheel well, and it actually covers part of that running light and goes around. And so, I mean, basically I'd have to kind of cut at an angle and then remove this whole piece. And I don't know, I mean, seems like a lot of work for the flares. And then I have to run wheel spacers and whatever else. And so, you know, the more we talked about it, the more she thinks she kind of likes the car the way it sits. Yeah, I mean, it's looking really good. Nice and low, long, mean, modernized. Let's take a look at the taillights again. Yeah, see, much more like the new Challengers. Yeah, looking good. I still need to fix the exhaust. And then really the last thing is the blue racing stripes that she picked out. And I've got those ready to go on the car. I just need to apply them. So maybe one night this week I'll get out here and do that and go from there. So thanks for watching, and thank you for bearing with me as this project ended up getting delayed more than I really wanted. Turned out great. I'm really pleased with the results. It's exactly what I was going for. It looks fantastic, and yeah, really happy with it. And again, not a lot of money. The fog lights were an extra 30 bucks I didn't budget for. The LED bulbs were, I think, 20 bucks that I didn't budget for. So an extra $50 out of pocket, but it really completed the front end. And yeah, I'm very pleased with it. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share and comment down below if there's anything you're thinking that I need to do to this car that I haven't yet. If you're thinking I forgot something, or if I didn't give enough detail about one step and you have questions, yeah, please email me or comment down below. And as always, may every investment you make be a good one. Till next time.